sins of thought, sins of word. You got a mouth? How do you use it? Do you curse? Do you lie? Do you swear? Do you gossip? Are you negative? Pick all the time, seeing what's wrong with everybody else? The speck in their eye as opposed to the log in yours and mine? Are you someone who uses the gift of speech to build up or to tear down? Because if you're using it for the wrong purpose, you better say it in confession, because it's a sin. Me, I've told you a million times before, I'm only really bad with the mouth in one place, when I drive. And that's tough, you know, because you figure nobody's hearing it, but guess who's listening? Jim, cut it out. The gift of speech becomes for us an occasion of sin if we don't use it rightly. Sins of thought, sins of word, sins of deed, stealing, hurting another person, abortion, sleeping with other people that are not your spouse. And I've said to you before, if it was about sleeping, it wouldn't be a problem. Any action we take that is contrary to the will of God, and if you're not sure about that will, check out a new thing they've got called the Ten Commandments. Sins of thought, word, deed, and finally, and this is important because it's so rarely confessed. When was the last time you went and said, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned"? I want to share with you my sins of omission. Omission is the missed opportunities every single day to do the right thing, to make the world a better place because you choose to be involved. I'll give you a good example of that. Pope Francis highlighted it for us beautifully recently. You know how you go into New York, I go into New York, you're always seeing homeless people. Well, I try to make a point of leaving something behind, but I realized the Pope was challenging me recently because I took my buck and I dumped it into the box, the cup, and then I quick got away. Now, I felt good about myself, right? But the Pope says, "Jim, not enough. Look that person in the eyes. Connect with that person as a child of God. This isn't just some poor person you're helping. This is some individual who I made. Treat them with the dignity and respect and love and compassion that Christ himself would." It changed the whole thing for me, from just a drop in the bucket to a connection with someone who is just like me, except that they have fallen on harder times. The ability to be a person who does the right thing, who doesn't walk on by, who doesn't miss the chance to connect. Sins of thought, word, deed, omission. Today in the library or Monday in your parish, would you bring those sins there? But I'm going to ask you to go a step further. For us to really be transformed into instruments of mercy, I'm going to ask you to make a different kind of confession. And I've challenged you on this before, but it needs to be said again and again. Most of us go in with the same old sins. You know, I know some people in my parish, I could tell them their sins at this point, you know. Yeah, Mary, I know that one. And then, yeah, the Mary I'm talking about is great. We have the line, you know, the line of people outside the confessional. She's the one that famously said to me, I've been really good, Monsignor. I haven't got many sins. But on the line behind me is my husband. Let me tell you about his sins, you know. Tell your own sins, Mary. Tell your own sins. But whether it's Mary or you or me, I have a theory, not untested, that in all of our souls, locked away in the corner, in the dark corner, is a sin we committed long ago that we've never confessed to anybody because we're ashamed of it, because we can't believe we did it. Because how can I ever say these words to a priest? I did this horrible, terrible thing so long ago. So we lock it away, and it just festers, and it never gets healed, and there's a cancerous hole in our souls because of that. I'm asking you this year, 2017, unlock the door, bring that horrible sin, or what you perceive it to be as horrible, into the light of God's mercy. Let him heal you completely. Don't just tell us the sins that are easy. Tell us the sins that are hard to say. And this year, unlike any year before, make it a true confession so that you can become, this Easter, a new creation, a better instrument of mercy. Open the door, let it out, let it out.